Okay.
Wonderful. Okay. So the computer says Eli. Do you go by Eli?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay, Eli. So I'm just going to take a moment and just ground my energy and connect. Just open. In my mind's eye, I visualize what looks like a bubble outside of time and space. I see this connection, this beam from the heart to create an open and safe heart connection. I thank you and I welcome you for the sacred honor of being able to be of service for you. I invite our guides, our angels, our loved ones, the benevolent light beings, star beings, to be present in any information, messages, and guidance that needs to come through for you, that it can and that it indeed will. I give permission for my voice and for myself to be utilized to convey any information that you need. So I thank you for this. How can I be of service for you today, Eli?
I'm very curious about my soul, my own soul.
Yes.
I don't even know what to ask.
Okay.
So
Okay. Thank you very, very much. In this moment, as a matter of fact, if you will allow me, I'm going to turn on a lamp in front of me, but turn off this big light. I feel this intensified energy that happens when it's it oftentimes I channel, and so many times that energy shifts, and so I'm beginning to feel it. So give me just one moment. It's a beautiful thing, actually. Okay. So I hope you can see me okay. Is that okay? Okay, wonderful. Okay, and so in this moment, I want to just connect with you, as you said, your soul, just to go deeper into it for you, being able to convey any information, anything that you need. When I was doing the invocation and sensing that bubble, there was this most beautiful energy. There was a moment where it just was like, oh, like this acknowledgement of this softness, this gentleness. I feel first and foremost the vibration in the soul's essence. I see this really beautiful, I see it ranging from a hue of a violet down to like this really beautiful purple, but it's like a spectrum of energy of this lavender, violet, into this purple. Infused with it, I see and feel it's this iridescence. It almost looks like this opalescence. It shimmers. The beautiful energy that shows that there's a lot of higher energy in the consciousness. I am being shown in this moment that many of your time is really of wanting to connect with the sacredness of your soul in this lifetime, wanting to understand soul's purpose, the reason for being in the earth plane, wanting to know if you have fulfilled the agreements that you came here to fulfill. I also see the curiosity of some of your relationships, of wanting to understand the connections of them. And in this moment, I'm feeling the energy of what feels like mom. So I want to just ask in this moment, it's either to get me to speak of her if she's living, or has she crossed?
she's crossed 8 years ago, and I've been missing her. Wondering.
Okay, I feel her so strongly. I feel the energy of your mom. Oh, okay. Ooh, very, very, very strongly. In my mind's eye, I see this most beautiful quilt. It looks hand stitched, this quilt. And I'm seeing that it is being placed around you as like a blanket. So I want to understand if it is literal or if it's symbolic. because I feel like you have a blanket of hers, or there's a blanket, and that is also being placed around you very lovingly.
It's not literal, no.
Okay. Then it's very symbolic, because it looks to me that would be hand stitched and made infused with love and all of her thoughts and her prayers, and it's like a blanket of all of her prayers. Ooh, a blanket of prayers. I'm seeing them woven in the invisible realm, where it looks like they're stitched with this etheric golden thread. But instead of the thread, I'm seeing the words, and they're like prayers and blessings. And like I've never seen something such as that before. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. And so I want to understand the symbology of the blanket and the wrapping of the words, because I feel like there's some additional information and messages there for you for that. Um, that feels so powerful. So when I speak of, yeah, the wrapping of the blanket to envelop you, and the wrapping of the words and the prayers, what imagery, as I describe that, what comes to you, or what in memory? Oh,
Oh, um,
well, and it may not be something that you need to vocalize in the moment. I think the most important thing is just the acknowledgement of it, is that there is something so much more deeper there for you to be able to explore, in the timing and the privacy and the connection. I feel your mama so beautifully. And I see like I do see an iris. So one singular, it's just very, very simple.
like
It looks like a wild. Say that?
a flower, you mean?
A flower. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm sorry, I gotta take care of this.
Oh, oh, that's okay, because I was about to do the same. Okay. I thought you were going to go get a flower.
My mom planted flowers out. She was a flower girl, and there's purple irises in the bed.
Okay, then that's what she brings up, because I'm seeing her actually give you one of those purple irises. And it's just that in one singular one, just and now I understand what, like, the giving of it, because it's grown and being cut like what looks like a wildflower, but she was just into her garden. Oh my goodness, how beautiful. There's so much love being given to you. Now, I feel like, was she separated from your father at the time that she passed? Okay.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
um she was widowed. She was separated for a few years, and then of course widowed, happy widow. And then she passed at home here with me. I transitioned her.
Yeah. She has such gratitude, and she's actually showing me that she was not together or married at the time. And it's funny that you say happy widowed. Yes, that it is true. She felt like oh, the feeling that I have is that she got to return to this feeling of being cared for like a young girl. There's like joy, and I see like there's like what looks like sleepovers, and like there's a fun kind of little girl energy. So, did she have a little bit of dementia or memory issue, like towards the end?
No, but she did tell me that I was an oopsie baby, and she was very grateful to have a
Oh.
daughter to take care of her.
Oh, oh, that is so beautiful, because it just feels like this very sweet energy. And it feels like just now I can understand, like, of by being grateful for her daughter. Yeah, it's a very beautiful, sweet, loving, tender energy to be able to be cared for in that way. And she's just giving such gratitude for it. Oh, it's very sweet. Mm. Now, The I also see someone who painted. So if there's I see some artistic. So that either someone is painting watercolors, doing something artistic. And it's interesting that I'm doing this with the left hand. So is it anyone left-handed? And then is there painting?
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
I don't know if this is to get me to talk about someone or who this may be. Did she wasn't left-handed?
No, she's right-handed.
Okay.
Nobody in my family painted that I remember.
Okay. Is there anybody else in the home there with you, or are you by yourself?
Just by myself
Okay. Okay.
with my dog.
Oh, sweet. Very, very, very sweet. Okay. Because it felt like some like another energy in there, but I couldn't tell what it was feeling like. Oh, so I'm not sure the left hand and why this comes up significant. So I'm
Oh,
gonna set that. Go ahead.
well, I don't know. If this plays into, do you know about twin flames?
I do. Yes, I do.
I have a twin flame. I don't know if she is left-handed. I can't remember that now.
Okay. I see female, left-handed, and I keep wanting to make this motion. So either it's like writing, but it feels creative, and I
She
don't
likes
know
to
if
write and use colored pencils and I
it's
think,
her, and
oh,
it's left-handed. So yes, twin flames for sure. So yes, I am familiar with that energy, with that vibration. Absolutely. And I'm seeing that as like a reflection. So it's interesting that I'm almost being told that I don't know if necessarily that she may be left-handed, but if you notice when you write in a mirror, it's reflected back. And it almost would appear as though the person is writing it with that other hand, the left hand.
and
So it's like,
in the twin flame,
yeah.
the mirror thing is, that
Mm-hmm.
I
And
have
that's
to ask.
exact.
I
Ooh, I
have
got
to ask.
chills. Mm-hmm. Say that again.
I have to ask her if she was left. I can't remember because there's that whole separation thing and that whole trauma and pain. So
Yes.
things have gone. Uh,
Yes. Hmm. And that's why I'm wondering that if indeed she's not, I think it is that very symbolic, the reflection. Twin flame, absolutely. She gave you that each of you were able to fulfill your soul's agreement by giving each other your soul piece. That each of you were able to fully fulfill that you helped each other to retrieve that part of self that you gave and exchanged for the other that has helped each other in your soul's purpose. And I do see this reunion most beautifully in the other side that will for the reunion of it and through it. But really, truly, oh, the pain. Oh my gosh, that was probably one of the most painful separations that you've experienced.
I don't want to give
Also,
too many clues. You're supposed to tell me.
yes, yeah, I do see that in one of the most painful experiences, and I do see that even pain through it, that there was a lot of difficulty, not so much in the so beginning, but there's a lot of difficulty. I also see where did she struggle? Like I see that there's like these ups and these downs, and it's in these
She,
extreme ways.
oh my God, she is in such dark night of the soul. Her daughter
Mm.
just got murdered 5 weeks ago. The
Oh,
year before her husband died. Like she's been in this for years and it breaks my heart. And
mm, yes. Oh, and I can see this extreme, these really truly extreme energies. Oh my goodness. Now, I also am being shown where you offer this very stabilizing anchored you she craves that the most and what she has the very least. I do see where you really had to come back into yourself to reestablish that grounding, reestablishing boundaries, going in and shifting all of it, and it serves. The most amazing thing that you've had to truly endure here while here is to offset this program that is running. It's like a software that's running in humanity. And because you were one of those experiencers, but you also offer up its antidote. So your experience is for naught, meaning that it serves a greater, bigger purpose. Through your endurance and then coming to it from a place of compassion, because you were able to come through it with love and care and compassion, that you offer up a code that is in the technology of sound, it is called destructive interference, where the equal and opposite frequency is emitted and therefore canceled out. So, with this rampant code that's running on the planet, which is such dishonoring of relationships that they end up where they hate each other, there's no love, that you were able to usher in understanding, compassion for self, and love, and be able to offer that up. So just know that it is powerful what you have and what you're offering. It even feels through it that you're, and again, on the other side, I do see where your mom is like, there's such a level of appreciation and acknowledgement for you. Now, I feel like she met her. Why do I feel like did she? Or she was around during that time, but I don't, there's something about it that she was there through through a portion of that time of your life. It only feels like 3 years.
Oh,
Your mom, which is interesting. So I don't know if your mom was alive during the time that you were in relationship,
no,
friendship.
my
Okay,
mom passed away 3 years before I met my twin. Does that make a connection?
it does, because I asked it very questioningly and I got the number 3. So I thought that there was only 3 years that she was part of it, but I had that incorrect.
Passed in
So
2016, and I met the twin. Well, I met the twin in 17, but I didn't know who she was. But in 2019, the twin activation happened 3 years later, little
okay,
years later.
okay. And the other part, the acknowledgement of this is that through your understanding of the twin flame activation, elevated and propelled you into a greater layer of seeking and opening up even greater into your spirituality, which is really, really powerful. Now, I'm kind of amused at what I look like in this scene, because it looks like I'm emerging out of the darkness into the light to give you this messages, which I think is also very profound. So I am going to turn on the light because it's a bit darker than I expected. So give me a moment.
It's fine.
But I think that served purpose. Okay. I want to say that even though through those times of the dark night of the soul where it felt like being alone, emerging from the dark, and that the darkness, like even though being surrounded, really is about turning on the light. I think that is extraordinarily profound and immensely what you are feeling and thinking on the inside is now manifesting in your material realm. That shows that you are really attuned into your own soul. You are listening to your own inner voice, which is the connection. You're establishing a really good relationship with your soul. So I feel like that all of that energy, and it's interesting because all it is I'm wearing just a sweater, but it just happened to create that really strange effect. Never happened before. No, but for you, it's about that, no, you're not, that all of this darkness that we seem to be surrounded by really is where and what holds all of the light. And so when you are observant of it, you are now like coming. So either you are coming into this understanding or embracing it, or there's something about this embracing of the light within the darkness within the light. Whereas before, I want to say that you were gravitating more directly towards seeking purely light And now it feels like this enfoldment of light into understanding shadow and darkness, where it's not, you're realizing like, oh, that's not really darkness. This is giving you this really beautiful balance within your inner soul that is giving you the ability to step out of duality. Because now, so in this moment where we are seeing that so imagine for a moment, okay, that one side is darkness and this other side is light, and there seems to be this opposition. And in this duality where we're thinking we're only seeking one because the other is uncomfortable, when we're able to see that they are actually parts of the same whole, the whole spectrum, that one truly indeed does serve the other in this loop, and that you're stepping into this balance which pulls us out of duality. Being pulled out of duality, your spirit is actually, your soul is infusing with spirit. It's this other greater essence that is now being made available. That is what the usherance is of the twin flame relationship. Really reflected a lot of things that you really did not have otherwise opportunities to even reflect upon, assess, discover, understand, and push you. So now in this moment, your inner soul is, you've already had the acknowledgement of the gift that it brought you. And now I do see that coming out of the duality, entering into this state of unity, and then ushering into more vibration. So right now, your inner soul really awakened in the invisible realm, Eli, like that again with that light off in this darkness, right? In that way, in that realm, we do give off a light that is seen and recognized. And what I am being told and shown right in this moment is that the quality of your vibration and the intensity of your frequency is increasing through all of this spiritual seeking that you are doing. And because of that, it is giving this other greater energy where in the invisible, okay, there's like this usherance of additional spiritual support. So when in other words, a quality of light that is recognized where they say, oh, she's ready for additional energy. She's now ignited. We can support her greater of her asking. And so it's like an increase of this frequency and now an usherance of also additional support. Now, I saw purple, violet, lavenders. Let me just ask you, is there a particular color that you would naturally gravitate towards? But that's the colors that I saw.
Those are my colors. It started out with maroon, which is a bit darker, but the purplish
Yes.
a little brighter. I'm not wearing it
Mm-hmm.
right now. I'm blue.
Yeah. But
But
I love that you are a combination of the red and the blue because the two together would have made that
purple.
burgundy-ish color.
Yeah.
Yes. And what I love is that it signifies these two vibrations. So in that burgundy infused with that purple, if that actually was that original, so because I saw it as an ombre, like this darker intensified energy, which is interesting, darker at the top and then lightened as it progressed down. Whereas normally would think it's light and it gets, well, either way, it doesn't matter the direction in which it goes. But the most amazing thing is the reason that I do bring this up. Ooh, interesting. Now I do know why I say that. The darker the color at the base of the root chakra, to bring up that red infused energy of needs being met, being grounded in this earth plane with your own higher light. So I love that it has that burgundy infusion with it for really helping you stay anchored. And then as you are seeking this higher enlightenment, I can see where the color progresses into this really beautiful lighter color. And it's interesting that I saw it as coming down. So that shows me that there is also additional energies that you've opened up to cosmically that you are beginning to receive. So, like seeking out star energy, star systems, cosmic energy, cosmic vibrations, and even understanding our place in the universe. So, I see that energy also being activated within you as well. So, I feel like that's something fairly recent. Is that accurate?
Well, it's all very subconscious. Like I'm not a
Mm.
person with a lot of visuals. I'm mostly just clear, what is that? Clairsentient, where you just know things.
Oh, claircognizant. You
Cognizant,
just
yeah.
know.
I don't get
Mm-hmm.
visuals or anything like that.
Yes. Okay. Okay. But you get the knowing. Okay. Well, what I love about this is that now I get to convey to you the imagery, the sensations, and all of it that's coming along with your clear knowing. And now, I even in this moment, if you just tune into yourself, even in my physical body, right now, I'm feeling right in my heart center. So if you just like close your eyes for just a second, and if you feel your body, just check in with that space in your body. What sensations, if anything, might you be feeling? Or anywhere for that matter.
I don't know, it's calm.
Okay, very nice. So then I want to share with you that what I am feeling, maybe this is a way. Okay, so when I said it, I open up into a safe heart connection. When this happens, I literally in that moment am like infusing within your auric field to kind of sense and feel through this soul reading in my own physical body connected into this vibration. I feel this heart dilating. It feels like where there's this the chakra of the heart, this and but it feels like it is literally dilating and expanding. I can literally feel it like a pushing. It almost feels like it, and it's very physical. So this is showing me that there is a heart expansion that is happening in your auric field also, connecting to
I
heart
feel
and
that
heart
a lot,
center.
just maybe not right now because I'm kind of on the spot.
Okay. Yes, yes. Go completely understood. Yes, yes. Okay, so thank you for the acknowledgement of that or the voicing because it is acknowledgement for you of how your heart center is really expanding and how you are connecting, which is really powerful for your soul's purpose. And so that assurance of energy, and just the moment that I said it, I felt a little um a sensation within it. So that's really powerful. Ooh. So through your meditations and I see you opening up into, and I feel like you've asked for this of like, oh, I would like to kind of see and I would like to feel. And so it's about in your meditations through your clear knowing, it feels like being able to, do you know, so it's a guided meditation, but you can guide yourself through this in what's called a body scan. And so, like, just checking in, bringing your awareness to different parts of your body progressively and just sensing whatever sensations may or may not be there. Because you get clear knowing, you can begin to merge your knowing into your sentience, into your feeling by sensing then feeling the body. So it feels like these two pieces merging, which is also part of this combining of the light with the dark. This is bringing a spirit into body. And this is, so there's all of these pieces of duality that are now being blended and merged for you. So it's like, okay, so my body is a continuation of my energy. I'm very comfortable in my energy body. So now I'm bringing my energy body and feeling my physical body. So I see you opening up and expanding in some really beautiful ways in this. So, um, and if you need to take a pause again, go feel free to go ahead and go ahead. It's okay.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. So in this moment, the other part that I see as well is you receiving like these, I want to say like messages. You're beginning to see these synchronicities. Things are happening more frequently around you, and it's becoming it feels playful. So it feels like there's something. So when I describe this to you, like seeing more signs and messages, kind of seeing things around you, it seems like it's happening increasingly more frequent these days.
Yeah, I saw an bald eagle today. As I was
Oh,
I call it my renegade musings, right? My spiritual
yes.
engagement. And the eagle was just coming
Oh,
across us today. So I do notice it
ah,
a little bit more now. I'm becoming
yes. And that's what's being acknowledged, is that this is starting to increase. And so, and each time you acknowledge it, it feels like it's going to begin to happen even more and more. Okay, now do you have two dogs with you? Do you have two dogs?
one dog.
One dog.
Yeah.
Did you have one, lose one? Because I do see two. So I don't know if you lost one.
We
I don't
had
want to say recently, but
Well, we had one that was mom's dog before I got this one. This dog that I have now is extremely special. I actually feel it's an angel that came
mhm.
in to assist me after mom's passing.
I was just going to acknowledge, but I'm seeing the two dogs. So I wanted to acknowledge that almost that one was symbolic also around that time, and that how this dog was sent to you, part by the other dog and also by your mama. So
Mm.
I wanted to acknowledge that too. So, but it feels like the dog had to, I don't feel like the dog passed. So I don't know if you
No,
gave the dog.
there was a second dog along with the one
Okay.
I have now, but only
Yes.
for a brief time. She was a playmate with friends that had moved in here and they brought their dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I am being shown because I saw the two.
But
Okay.
my dog didn't really care for that other dumb dog. She is not a dog. My dog is not a dog.
I was just going to say exactly. She's not a dog. She's a really divine soul. So she comes up really strongly because I was going to say that I do see like these connections, and then I see you with your dog. Oh, she is just so precious. She truly was sent to you. Um, and I see, so um it feels like you haven't rolled it. I think things are going to change recently, but probably because of weather. So, did you used to walk at a particular place? Because I'm seeing longer walks or
Every
walking in a
day.
place.
Every
Okay,
day I walk my country mile, 2 miles. Every
okay,
day
okay,
I do
okay.
morning musings.
Morning musings. Oh, that is just so beautiful. Okay, so I don't know if there's concern or if you actually said of like, oh, when it gets cold, it's going to be hard to miss this. But I feel like you're going to make sure it happens. You do it anyway.
I
Is
go
that
at I go at
no
32,
matter what?
but we have such beautiful weather now. There's no snow. The temperature in Alberta hasn't gone below 28 maybe Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm happy.
Yes. Yes. And that's exactly what I was going to say, is that like it just keeps happening and you get to go out there and the weather is good and it's cooperating, and you're still going to. So yes, there, that energy is such a high quality frequency. So if part of the question is, how do I serve? Oof, the background just kind of went out, and it just in that moment, there it is. That was interesting. So in that moment when I was acknowledging the question of like, how do I best serve right now? And I want, there's acknowledgement for all of the your morning musings, because it again, you are offering up a code that is being transmitted, no matter how far the distance, no matter the privacy of your own space, without any engagement at all. We are infused in this most thickened, etheric vibration. We're all interconnected consciously. And because you are able to adjust your energy and your vibe that vibrates more frequency, it literally, I'm seeing it like this pulsations that emanate from you. Like you are a living, okay, your soul operates by soul agreement in this incarnation to operate as a living and breathing acupressure puncture point upon the planet to infuse this greater vibration. You being drawn to live in the place that you live and the walks that you make, it is a cooperative, symbiotic relationship with the earth. And I am seeing that these interdimensional earth beings. So I'm seeing this deep vibration, these beings, these light beings that serve in the earth planes. In the shamanic tradition, that would be called what's called the Hanak Pacha. Hanak Pacha is actually the above. The K Pacha, I'm in an Andean tradition, by the way, so let me just remove my blurred background. I'm literally in a shamanic space, altars and all these things. So in this, the Huna Pacha is the under this where we are all infused. So I'm literally seeing all of these vibrations and frequencies of beings that are working cooperatively. And so your soul being here to serve, to harness this energy within your own being, to be able to amplify it and increase it, harness it and expand it. So as you expand it outwards, you literally can infuse it into the canopy, into the Hanak Pacha, that can actually infuse and offer up this higher frequency to offset those disruptive energies. So you really do serve in that purpose. I even see where your mom herself was also, she feels very pure. She feels like real innocent. She feels like she um, has like a just this very pure vibration to her. That's what she feels like. And so she herself is like this prior generation bringing in and ushering in this vibration for you to be able to serve in this other way as well. Wow. I want to just take this moment to just there's so much imagery and so much to convey, but I want to make sure that there's an opportunity that if there's a specific question or if there's anything else that you would like to know or even greater clarity of what we've spoken of already.
No, it pretty much does answer. It answers the core question. What exactly am I doing here? Am I making a difference? Am I just talking into the air? You know?
So they answered all of those questions for you directly. Ooh, okay, let me just acknowledge this in the moment, that this is indeed soul reading, that at the very core of your essence and your soul, they know exactly what it is that the soul desires and requires and wants the most. And in this most sacred moment, them answering your questions without even needing to be asked, therefore to verify and validate for you that the acknowledgement of what you are doing is indeed serving. So as you have your morning musings, you elevate your energy and it vibrates and ripples out. And it's offsetting this distorted, disruptive energy. And so not only is it that you are serving, but you are also planted in the place that you were. So there's even through your own intention and your own desire to, an invitation to work cooperatively. Okay. So because you are the center point within this, what's called the Kepacha, into the middle world, where the world of the material and incarnations, in the spectrum of energy, imagine that you are on the surface of the earth and that beneath the earth are other interdimensional beings that are tied and bound to the earth. They are the elemental beings, all of these inner vibrations also in service to the earth. In many other traditions, like in the Celtic traditions, where they have the dolmas, they are harnessing the vibrations of the earth. When they build temples, the pyramids, all of these different things are there to harness the natural vibration And there are these interdimensional beings beneath you. If you can imagine that these vibrations and beings that are in also in service to the earth, also say connecting with you in this tubule of where you are. And then above in the upper canopy is also a grid of the ethers where all of the energy connects. You can literally connect yourself vibrationally into these cosmic energies to be able to bring into yourself. Imagine a spiraling energy through you and down into the heart center of the earth, an inner star of the earth. She is a star, just like a sun. We emanate light in a different way. You yourself carry a star. So you're connecting the star, the sun. You're connecting your own star, your God spark, to the inner star, the heart of the earth. Ooh, I've never said that before in that way. So this is for you. Oh, wow. As you do this in these connections of these stars, in this flow of energy through you, just by your pure intent and through your imagination and your absolute knowing, it ripples out and it now will be amplified. Then in your mind's eye, you can visualize, imagine, and see all of those other souls that are incarnate in your soul's class. You are a part of an elite soul group that is incarnate on the planet at this time, independently unknown to each other, are doing the same work. You can now extend your conscious awareness to connect with them energetically. You can even connect with them telepathically and consciously. That you can infuse with them in this way and begin to connect with others of your own same soul system and operation, and infusing you into this greater purpose and service united. Wow,
Just want to
that
say
is,
something about the stones. I don't build stones, but I became really conscious of the rocks and the pebbles under my feet on my walk, and I honor the rocks that I walk on as a
that
part.
is what's connected you, because you are aware and honoring the life force of them. It doesn't just, so even though you in your intention are honoring the stones and the rocks as you walk upon the surface, I am seeing that vibration go all the way down to the layers and layers and layers and layers of the earth. So as you walk upon the earth and are honoring the earth, you are honoring literally the entire being and heart of her. And so, in that, because you have done that, there is this open invitation for you to do this in this most beautiful way. And with your intention, is going to increase and amplify even more. And you can even work cooperatively and symbiotically with those stones. So, as you go on your walks and you pick up a beautiful one, you can see, well, which one wants to work with you? And as you are going on your walk, carrying it with you, holding it and infusing it with you, give me a moment because it's a shamanic practice, okay? Let me show you this larger one for some reason, is the one that I want to show you. Okay. So this is a medicine bundle. This is,
Oh my God, I got to tell you something. I gotta show you something.
okay.
Oh, that's
Wow.
encouraging. I am not making it with rocks, but last year I'm sorry, we're getting over time. I can pay you a
It's
little bit.
okay.
Um, but last year I got this thing dropped in my head. I should make what is called peace sticks. I thought, well,
Mm-hmm.
that's stupid. And I pushed it out of my mind. It came again to me here 3, 4 weeks ago, and then I paid attention. I said, okay, I think you want me to do something with it. And it's basically these little sticks with little gemstones, and I do meditate and pray over them as peace sticks to send as gifts for reconciliation, right? Harmony and love for people that have relationship issues,
Mhm.
whatever. I don't know yet where it goes, but this is what I feel I'm supposed to do.
You are supposed to do. So so you are doing with living vibration. Okay, so with stones in the shamanic tradition, using that's a living energy, and that you're doing it with sticks and with peace. That is beautiful, by the way.
It
That
doesn't matter
I
that
would
it's
tell
wood.
I will tell you, I will tell you that I myself would love something like that. Like in this space where I have these altars, things that are created by people with intention are very, very, very powerful. They are talismans that are infused, and so you're already working with those vibrations. And so there is that, again, acknowledgement that you are already working with the elements, especially because of, well, think about the tree that you are infused and able to understand is that they are rooted in exactly that underworld that I was describing. That earth energy, those elemental energies, is where the tree originates. And so I can see that this is creating the relationship with that, with in that sacred relationship that we have with tree. They are symbiotic with us. They give us our life force. We give them the carbon dioxide and they give us the oxygen. They are connected in the underroot. They are also, and they symbolize for us that they also have their trunk, okay, which is also us, our body. And then they have the upper canopy, which is our consciousness. So working with the tree in that way, also as you do the prayers and the intentions of your prayer sticks, oof, powerful. You can offer these up. And I can tell you that and it's okay to do so in exchange for monetary because of the work and the energy, the time, and all of those pieces. So there is value
It's
in
going to
that you,
be the project for 2024. Yeah.
yes, beautiful. So then there is such acknowledgement. And I think that this is indeed why this indeed does come up, is that
And
there is this
that's a rock
infusion.
or is that a pillow?
Well, this is interesting that this is, so this is the Peruvian Andean tradition. So this is called a mesa. It is a cloth that is woven, but inside of it, when I open it up, there's rocks. There's even some twigs, and there's a couple of other pieces of like petals and things, but primarily rocks. However, our prayer offerings are through sticks.
Oh, oh. See, I didn't know why, but something kept telling me you have to do this. So, okay,
Mhm.
wonderful.
Our prayer offerings are through sticks. And so we breathe and literally blow the breath of the prayer into the stick and then infuse it, hold it, all of those. And then for us, in this case, it's a symbol of holding it. And then for us, we would release it or, there's some that are actually in here.
So this is
So
a
yeah,
shamanic. This is a shamanic thing.
it is.
Oh, I didn't
So
know
it
I
is
was a shamanic healer.
yes. So it is instinctively working
Yeah.
within you. Now, let me tell you, right here is an image of a golden eagle. Okay, so
Mm,
you can't really see it.
I
It's very
see.
far,
Yeah,
far in the back.
I see
Okay,
it. Yeah.
so eagle is also very shamanic. So it is also very, very telling. So this is an inner calling of your soul, inviting you into the nature practices, which is what shamans are. So if you were identified in, say, another culture, that this is something that would have naturally ran within you. So nature is calling your soul's service. And so follow those ideas, those inspirations, because it is truly nature communing with you directly. That's what shamans are capable of doing, is communing, having those morning musing communings, okay? Morning communings and musings
Right.
with nature. It's
I
a very inner shamanic thing.
I've never had
And
a past life thing done. I don't know where my roots go, but the Native American always
it
called.
is, it is. You truly are. And that's why you are operating in this way. And this is why you're drawn to prayer sticks, the walk, the eagle. Okay, so I too, like you, my great grandmother was native, but she was taken from her community and we lost the tradition. She was domesticated and put in an orphanage, and we lost the history and the lineages. But it runs through us, not only in the DNA, but also in your soul's imprint. I, like you, have been drawn to do so many things instinctively until I finally accepted that it runs within me and that I found a tradition and a practice to follow. Now, I offer this up to you. There is a practice, and there is I'll have to ask for permission, but if there is a community that you are wanting to engage with, that actually there is, and out from all over the world. So I got to participate with others in Germany, Canada,
I'm from Germany.
Australia. Okay,
That's
Germany, Australia, and it was all in the Andean tradition. So even though we are all living scattered throughout the planet, and I don't live in the Andes, but I'm drawn to the Andean practice, that we actually practice it together. So you can even begin to look that up. And if you do reach out to me, I'll see if I can find that information for you and send that to you. But it is a shamanic practice. It is a soul fire and a passion within, and nature working with you cooperatively. So beautifully done.
Thank you.
Wow, you're so welcome. I thank you for this most beautiful opportunity to connect with you, to sense and feel the essence of your soul and the beauty that it has and carries. I thank you so much for allowing me this.
Keeping my mama's
Mm,
blanket around me.
mm. Yes, I'm literally seeing like it was being placed around you. And what I love is that the very filament and the thread of which it is infused with is prayer. These golden essences of this prayers, and it's the most magical thing I've seen.
Can I ask one more question?
Please.
Is my twin going to be okay?
A lot of soul lessons, and the reason for your twin is that there's so much that she carries again. So it's the equal yet the opposite energy. She's going to be okay, and you offer up a really grounded energy for her. She's going to feel like she falls apart even further, but it's that catalyst to help her ground. Soul wise, okay, but a big challenge ahead.
Okay, my dear. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're so welcome. And her daughter is okay, by the way.
Nope.
Yeah, her
But
daughter on the other side is okay. She was given grace through it, that she didn't have to endure such. Yeah, so there was given grace, and that she is okay. And I'm seeing what looks like a white lotus flower, white lotus for her mom. Most important thing that she is showing me is this white lotus, and I'm seeing that she's a moment of grace given, not in the body. The body is there, but she is not in the body experiencing all of those terrors and horrors. That she is not in the body. Grace was given, she is okay. And there's so much ushering of, I call it critical care, that there's that in this huge process, and she's okay. She's ushered, and she is okay. And then I do see this most beautiful white lotus. Inside of it, I see this glowing energy that looks like this pearl. And I feel that that is symbolic of her, and that knowing that she is protected around all those petals, and to convey that, well, I don't know if you can, but to hold that image in your mind, or try to convey that if you can, like protected by all these petals, that most pure pearlescent light, protected. And I'm seeing like as Anita that they just like held it, and then like, and I see this entering into the heart, and her okay. Thank you for asking.
that will help.
Yes. So many blessings to you. Thank you for allowing me the time.
Thank you.
you.
I
Okay.
appreciate you.
You're very, very welcome. So many prayers and blessings to you.
Do I owe you a little bit more for the extra time?
My gift to you.
Okay. Thank you.
Truly. You're
Bless-
very, very welcome. Blessings to you. Yes.